Hello everyone, welcome to the Hydaeyln play-by-play by none other than Hax. First thing first though, you want to make 2 groups of 4 because your healers will be the ones that get affected by the bubble, which is the AoE. Hero's Radiance is just a big AoE, just nullify it. It's going to do a second one called Shining Saber, I believe it is called. Yep. This just leaps onto people, so again, stack, nullify. Simple thing so far. This boss is not as hard as Zodiac as an entry extreme. Crystallize, you'll have seen in normal. She'll pick something. It's always going to be bubble first. This is why I mentioned splitting up into 2 groups. So then we'll look for what colour it is. It's green, that means melee. So melee will go off. You'll stack at your marker and you'll nullify it. Again, another AoE. A lot of this is AoE, it's a lot of like healing, but it's not that bad. There could be a lot of things that go wrong. Lateral Aureola, that just means front or back. If it's just Aureola, then it's to the sides. Again, Crystallize, this can either be ice or earth, but it's usually ice. Followed up by a Dawn. They don't call it Dawn in this, but this is red. Just get in, go to your spots. You will most likely set clock spots or protein spots. I don't know what we're going to be calling it in Endwalker. This is a tank buster with 2 people, so both tanks obviously. Again, lateral areola. Get behind. Simple. Phase 1, pretty much done with. The next one is going to be, this can either be bubble or earth actually, but it is bubble, but it's going to be the intercardinal spots. So you'll see silver, you go to your intercardinals with your group, and there we go, job done. That can be earth. If it's earth, you all just go to the same side and nullify it. This is phase 2. This is the thing with the crystals and the 2 adds. The 2 adds do hit quite hard on the tanks, but it's not that bad. You can solo heal it pretty well. You're going to take both adds to one side, so we went south. This means all the other crystals are going to glow. You need to kill the crystals as quickly as possible, and that's it basically. Like, just kill the crystals, make sure they're not tethered to the crystals. You can do this with just 1 tank. I would say it's probably easier to do it with just 1 tank, as long as you keep him shielded and things like that, or her, sorry. But yeah, I would say single tank's a lot easier because you can easily move them around a lot easier and quicker. I like to be using the word easier on this fight. It's almost as if it's easier than Zodiac, which in my opinion it definitely is. So we go around, we just kill the mobs. Last few crystals should go out, that'll drop them to nothing pretty much. I think there's 1 crystal left, yeah, red. Just kill that crystal and then these things practically die in the next 1 or 2 hits. That's 1. And that's the other. There we go. So just stack in the middle and do a bit of shielding because she does a little AoE. Again, we're Scholar and Sage in this, and it's kind of fucking broken. As you can see by the shields alongside Shake It Off, it's kind of a bit overpowered. However, we're on to the next part. This is where light waves start happening, and now let's explain light waves while we're doing it. So Halo, this is just another AoE. So light waves, you'll notice there's gonna be waves of light. You'll have seen it in normal. So for this one, you can see it's going to hit the middle and the right side. We're going to go to the left one, and we're going to make sure we are not going to get hit by them by standing out of line of sight. We have healers stay at the first one, we have DPS go to the middle one, and we have tanks go to the far one. You also need to make sure you're not going to get hit by the south one. And then the reason we did that split up is because he shoots light at us. Then light waves come again. This time the middle one's the safe one, but first you have to wait for Hero's Glory. So that'll go off, you go to the middle one, and you need to look which one's going off first. So for us that's northwest, so we line of sight it. Then we go to our left, we line of sight the northeast one. Then we go through, that's southwest getting dodged, and then southeast gets dodged. You can basically do the principle of Z. Wherever you start first, you just create a Z. Then she'll go to a side, you just get behind the light again. Another halo. And that's pretty much the fight. There's not that much to it. You know the mechanics. There's one more mechanic which is a bit of a pain in the ass. That Hero's Sundering, you can tell it's a tank buster. So with Shining Saber we're gonna just stack and then heal up, whatever. There'll be some sort of new pattern of light wave. So you see red, you get in, and we'll get to the new light wave in a second. It's double tank buster. Again, easy heal. Most of the time the tanks can just heal themselves. That's how fucking overpowered heals on the tanks are at the moment. Oh, I did not talk about chakrams. So chakrams, you'll see the first one goes off, the second one goes off, and then the third one goes off. You now know that the first one is southeast, so that's where you're going to run after they retract. But first you need to have group 1 up front and group 2 at the back, so you do not overlap each other with the bubble. We usually have melee up front and range behind. Then it went off as you saw, so we just ran into the first one and just went around. It did an areole, that could be left or front. It did a lateral areole in that case. Then it's the melee, so we run off. And then it's an AoE. I completely forgot about the chakrams, sorry about that. Even though it's supposed to be the hardest part of the fight, it's actually very fucking easy. So we'll see crystallize again after that AoE went off. It's ice. So we're just going to go into our clock spots, but she does this parallel helix circle. It doesn't really mean anything. The end of those points are going to leave an AoE, so you just wait for the AoE to go off, go back into your spots. You want to keep melee spots generally open. Then it's an areole. It's either behind or to the side. You know it's lateral, so it's behind, because that's how laterals work. And then it's silver. Some people call that blue. I call it silver personally, but it's just getting into cardinal spots. Radiant Halo, just an AoE. We're pushing it close, we've only got 3 minutes 50 left. So these light waves, so you're going to have 4 light waves around the edge. You look for the one which has the biggest space between them, so this one has the biggest space. You're going to stand here and you're going to get the good old 6 stack, at least that's what I call it currently. I Panheimer, like you saw in my Zodiac video, it's pretty much the same thing. You just do big AoE, and then you're going to get puddles underneath you and a double tank buster. Just spread it out, keep the tanks up. If that happens, just recover, don't panic. Back into the middle. Now she will either do ice or bubble, but it's always going to be a Shining Saber after this decision. So it's bubble, Shining Saber stack, and then go to your marks. Now it's obviously not your official marks, because you can just stand left for 1 and right for 2. Then it's going to do red, or it could be any of the other ones. The next one she's going to do is going to include a lateral and a decision. However, I believe the decision, if bubble was first, it will always be ice second after this light wave, but it's this light wave the same as before. I had to drag that person because they was not in the right spot, even though it looked like it. I think there are 2 safe spots, however, I made the decision. Just massive AoE, spread, double tank buster again. back to the middle. This time it'll be what I was talking about earlier with the Aureole and Ice. This one kills a lot of groups because they're fucking dumb. So you just do the Aureole, so it's to the side, and then as soon as it goes off, as soon as you see that cast bar go off, you move. Fortunately we killed it before, because we most likely would have wiped. Like I said, a lot of people are dumb and do not move. That was Hydaeyln. I liked this fight more than Zodiac, but Zodiac is a lot harder. Hope you enjoyed my play-by-play. Again, getting my voice back, doing things. Not done it for a while. This is Endwalker. We'll be doing Savage at some point. And peace.